She's drug in love. She loves the way it makes her feel. She's too blind to ever see just how much that it will steal. She's 14 and life's a game. She can't see the pain that's coming. It's all just fun, so what's the problem? She doesn't see that it's brain numbing. She's caught up in a text argument about who's been beefing who. She's in the middle of a conversation, but she doesn't realize it's with you. It's all about her image and the false bravado she displays. But what she doesn't see as clearly is negative messages tend to stay. She tells me someone says she's just a pothead flunking classes, but what they don't realize is that's not the test she hopes she passes. Too young to ever get it, that the games she plays are just wasting time. The education that she's pursuing won't ever be worth more than a dime. She introduces me to her language, where when you call someone a thought, it means they're a hoe. And all I can think of is, why is that some place that you need to go? But I forgot the cruelty of kids who only feel good by tearing others down, the world of insults that they throw that only seems to go round and round, and the ever-present phone ensures that nobody ever misses a single one until the phone becomes as dangerous as a terrorist with a loaded gun. Because kids can destroy the life of another kid when they use social media as a weapon, when the only thing they use it for is to find another person that they can step on. And we know how far that it can go when we read about a child's suicide in the paper, her self-esteem so broken down that all she could think was how to escape her. But these are kids not mature enough to know how to be kind. Without healthy adults to guide them, they may as well be blind. But they have the technology to keep their behaviors completely out of sight, and it's their phones that keep them company in the middle of the night. It's assumed that they can stay connected for 24 hours a day, and absolutely no one is monitoring the things that they text or say. Why in the world are we giving kids the technology to torment others? Where in the hell are the adults? Where are their fathers or their mothers? When girls send naked pictures of themselves around without realizing the harm, and their friend gets pissed off and makes them public to steal her girlish charm, and then we have to accept that they're not old enough to handle the technology, and come to realize it's not much different than a lesson in biology, except that what we're giving birth to is a whole new level of abuse, and the idea that kids actually need a phone is just another lame excuse. And if you don't plan on parenting your kids, maybe you need to give them to someone who will, because all you're unleashing on society is just another kind of bitter pill. Technology is raising our kids, and the internet is now their teacher. And it doesn't matter what I say to the 14-year-old, because my message will never reach her. The only thing she listens to is the sound that announces she's got a text, and in between all she's hoping for is the message that she receives next. There's an ugly game being played on the internet where it's become an encyclopedia of misinformation, where for any inane thought you have, you can find some measure of confirmation. And kids don't have a critical mind or the ability to sift through all the crap. They believe the first thing that confirms what they believe, like the truth has fallen into their lap. And that's just about all the effort they'll make, because they don't know how to try harder. They'll hold up the weed leaf in their hand, yelling it's pot that is the murder, never knowing what a fool they are for buying something they believe is true, because they haven't matured enough to consider there could ever be another point of view, conned into believing that the internet makes them smarter than their parents' generation, when really it only makes them suckers to some joker's amusing form of degeneration. So the new generation is the generation that's the easiest to take for a ride, because they're too wrapped up in what they think they know and their need to have false pride. They think the internet gives them power, but just whose power are they under? When they buy everything they see on the net, it starts to make you wonder. When everything becomes a conspiracy theory, after too much pot leaves them paranoid, and their parents are too distracted to realize that it's the internet that's filling the void, and there's no accountability for what is found posted on the worldwide net, where anyone and their dog can claim they're an expert and no validity needs to be met. And then we expect adolescents to get it and distinguish between right and wrong, with an undeveloped critical sense and too many talks off a marijuana bong. In the world of high school where the stakes are high and maturity at an all-time low, we expect that our kids can navigate the net and not go to the places that they shouldn't go. And we're so sure they won't that we don't even bother to check until we find our kids in a closet with a rope tied around their neck. Is it just that we don't think they will, or are we too lazy to parent our kids until it all blows up in our faces and we don't know why our children are flipping their lids? We should call this the Parentless generation, where they get more instruction from YouTube than from us, and when we turn around and find they're strangers, it'll be far too late to make a fuss.